What do rap legends and ultra-rare rides have in common? We're counting down 15 of the craziest cars owned by rappers, packed with jaw-dropping custom touches and wild backstories. Stick around, you won't believe what's in their garages. Let's open strong with the Maybach XLero, the one and only concept coupe that Jay-Z rolled up in for his Lost One music video. Under that sleek black body is a 6-liter twin-turbo V12 cranking out around 700 horsepower and capable of 217 mph acceleration. Insane even today. Created in 2005 by Maybach and Fulda Tires, the XLero was never meant for mass production. Only one was ever built. Many people thought Jay-Z owned it after the video dropped, but spoiler alert, it wasn't his. It was loaned specifically for the shoot, then shipped back to Germany, where it now resides in the National Auto Museum. Fun twist, the mystery surrounding ownership only added to its legend, and Jay-Z's street cred, making it arguably the world's most famous borrowed car. With an estimated value of $8 million, it's crazier than most celebs' actual car collections. Jay-Z's choice of this blacked-out beast makes sense when you know his history. He's not only the first hip-hop billionaire worth a staggering $2.5 billion, but also a connoisseur of ultra-luxury and one-offs. Switching gears to Drake, this Phantom isn't your typical Rolls. He worked with Mansory's Bashukan package to create a black and yellow two-tone masterpiece inspired by that rare citrus fruit. Under the hood, it's still a mighty 6.7-liter V12, but tightened up by Mansory with extra power, bold LED lights, massive wheels, and interior upgrades that ooze over-the-top luxury. But the wildest detail? The spirit of ecstasy is gone. In its place is a solid gold owl head ornament, eyes blinged out with diamonds by Hearts on Fire and Rafi Jewelers. That's Drake's OVO logo in the flesh. The base even has his full name engraved, with more diamonds sprinkled around. Some say the ornament alone could top $1 million. Bold choice. The owl even retracts like the OEM Spirit, blending showmanship with safety. Drake's Phantom is more than a car. It's a rolling billboard for OVO, featured in his branding across merch, his private jet, and even tattooed on his chest. The Mansory Bushukan mods in Golden Owl aren't just flashy, they're a statement of identity. At an estimated $700,000 to $1 million with ornament, this Phantom flexes wealth, style, and brand synergy all in one sleek ride. If Drake's Phantom was refined opulence, Travis Scott went full chaos, in the best way, with his Mercedes-Maybach G650 Landaulet. Only 99 were made, and Travis got his hands on one. It's a stretched-out G-Wagon with portal axles, a twin-turbo V12, and a rear convertible roof. He had it wrapped in matte mocha brown, low-key yet wild, very Travis. This thing sits over 17 inches off the ground, which is taller than a Ford Raptor, but inside, it's champagne flutes, fully reclining Maybach seats, fold-out tables, and separate rear climate controls. Even crazier, the rear is open air while the driver stays sealed in, so Travis cruises through LA like he's in a rolling skybox. Under the hood, a 6-liter V12 making 621 horsepower, but this isn't built to race. It's built to stun. Travis reportedly bought it through Obi Dr. Bugatti Okiki, the same guy who sourced cars for Floyd Mayweather. Fun fact, the Landaulet name dates back to royal carriages, and that's exactly the energy here. Travis isn't just flexing, he's doing it from a throne. With so few ever made and even fewer actually driven, Travis's Landaulet isn't just rare, it's one of the boldest SUV statements in hip-hop. The game followed it up with Brute Force, a Bugatti Veyron that's more weapon than car. Over 1,000 horsepower, quad turbos, and a top speed above 250 miles per hour. This wasn't a daily driver. It was a $2.2 million land rocket, but the game didn't keep it factory fresh. He blacked it out, added red accents, and made it his own. Here's where it gets wild. Veyron tires alone cost 25 grand to replace. And Bugatti says you need new wheels every time, too. This isn't a weekend flex, it's a financial commitment. But the game doesn't let it sit. He's been spotted cruising LA, pulling up to events, and using it for flex-heavy photo ops. Inside, it's luxury meets speed, quilted leather, carbon fiber, and a cockpit that feels more like a jet than a car. The Veyron uses a W16 engine, basically two V8s fused together. That's the kind of over-engineered madness we're talking about. The Veyron was also originally limited to just 300 units worldwide. So the game's isn't just rare, it's one of the most expensive and elite cars ever made. For someone who's always gone big, this wasn't just about luxury. It was a power move wrapped in carbon fiber. After the game's all-black hypercar, Birdman dialed up the luxury with something way more lavish. The Maybach 62 Landaulet. This wasn't about speed, it was about presence. White paint, chauffeur-driven, and the rear half of the roof, fully retractable. That's what made the Landaulet so insane. It blended limousine vibes with open-air elegance. Only a handful exist, and Birdman's version was one of the most recognizable. Under the hood sat a twin-turbo V12, but the real action was in the back. Think reclining leather seats, a fridge, folding tables, and individual climate zones. There's a glass divider between you and the driver, and with a single switch, it turns opaque. Some even had intercoms so you didn't have to speak to the chauffeur directly. He dropped over $1.4 million on this, making it one of the priciest sedans of its era. Birdman wasn't just buying a ride, he was making a brand move. He rolled through Miami in it, used it in music videos, and made it part of his rap persona. The Landaulet was produced from 2008 to 2012, and barely anyone owns one today. It's more than rare, it's a rolling statement of power. Kanye West isn't exactly known for subtlety, and his pick, the Mercedes SLR McLaren Sterling Moss, is anything but. Only 75 exist, and you couldn't just buy one. Mercedes hand-picked owners, and only if you already had a standard SLR McLaren in your garage. Kanye qualified. No roof, no windshield, just exposed carbon fiber and pure motorsport energy. It's a modern homage to the 1955 Mille Miglia car Sterling Moss drove. It's wild. Under the hood, a 617 horsepower supercharged V8, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds with a top speed of 217 miles per hour, and no glass between you and the road. This wasn't built for comfort. Helmet compartments replaced cup holders for a reason. Kanye's car came in classic silver with black wheels. The inside? Minimal. Analog gauges, stitched leather, no screens, just the essentials. Today, resale values push over $2 million, and that's if you can even find one. Kanye's only been spotted in it a couple times in LA, but that almost adds to its myth. This isn't for flexing on the street, it's a trophy for the design obsessed. This car is not just rare, it's brutal, beautiful, and unapologetically raw. Sliding into a Ferrari Enzo isn't just a flex, it's history on wheels. 50 Cent grabbed one at the peak of his G-Unit run, and 2 years later it still holds serious weight. Only 400 units were ever made. Ferrari built it as their ultimate V12 hypercar. No turbos, no hybrid trickery, just a naturally aspirated 6-liter V12 pushing out 651 horsepower, all packed into a body that weighs less than a Civic. 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, top speed of 218 miles per hour. In 2002, that was insane. And 50's version? Finished in classic Rosso Corsa red with those butterfly doors and a stripped down race interior. No screens, no frills, just analog gauges, carbon fiber, and stitched leather. These days, a clean Enzo goes for over $3 million, and prices keep climbing. 50 doesn't flash it like he used to, but that just adds to the legend. The Ferrari Enzo isn't just timeless, it's a bold statement in a world full of digital plug-in performance. Keeping up with the game's Bugatti-level energy, Diddy takes a different route. His Rolls-Royce Phantom doesn't scream for attention, it commands it in silence. His version? Fully customized. Matte black paint, dark chrome trim, and an interior that feels more like a private jet lounge than a car. The Starlight headliner, tiny fiber optic lights mimicking the night sky, sets the mood. It's minimalist, cinematic, and totally Diddy. The Phantom's 6.75-liter V12 isn't about speed, it's about presence. You don't drive this car, you glide in it. With over 300 pounds of soundproofing, it's so quiet you'd think the engine was off. Diddy didn't just go for luxury, he went for elegance. Rear-hinged suicide doors open wide, turning every arrival into a statement. And the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, it retracts automatically if someone gets too close. Smooth. He's been spotted in this car outside studios, late night events, even just cruising around LA. It's not just a flex, it's an extension of his brand. Sleek, powerful, and effortlessly cool. Did you know? While a stock Phantom starts around 440 grand, Diddy's version, with custom touches, likely pushes well past 500 grand. He's not chasing the spotlight, he's controlling the room without saying a word. Rick Ross didn't just name drop Maybach in his lyrics, he built his whole brand around it. And the one car that anchors it all? The Maybach's 57S. Back when Ross was rising in the game, this was the ride that said you made it. No crazy wraps or vertical doors, just serious presence. Powered by a 6-liter twin-turbo V12 from AMG, it puts down 604 horsepower, but the point isn't speed, it's power through silence. It's being driven like royalty while you handle business from the back seat. Ross's 57S is jet black, with deep limo tints and polished chrome trim. Inside, it's all premium leather and executive level finishes. He said he bought it as a symbol of when the dream started becoming real. It's not loud, but it speaks volumes. The 57S was one of the last true standalone Maybachs before the brand folded into Mercedes-Benz. That makes this car even rarer today. A clean example like Ross's, you're looking at $430,000 plus easily. The S stands for special, and the 57 means it's 5.7 meters long, basically a yacht on wheels, with enough presence to match Ross's entire energy. So what would you take? A new luxury flagship or a classic that helped define an era? Back when rap was full of flex bars, Lil Wayne had the biggest mic drop of all, a Bugatti Veyron. This wasn't for show, it was the real deal. Wayne bought his Veyron outright, no lease, no payment plan. He was the first rapper to own one, and even name dropped it in his lyrics. Matte black wrap, chrome accents, red interior, exactly the kind of wild combo you'd expect from Wheezy. The Bugatti Veyron cost over $2 million new and was the fastest production car in the world at the time, topping out at 253 miles per hour. That quad-turbo W16 engine pushes 1,001 horsepower and drinks fuel like it's on tour. One set of tires costs $30,000, and if you want replacements, Bugatti requires special rims too. Talk about expensive taste. Wayne's Veyron wasn't just about speed, it was about owning the most elite car money could buy. A bold statement for a rapper already known for doing the unthinkable. Dropping 7 figures on a car you can't even fully unleash on normal roads? That's not excess, it's legacy. While most Bentleys are about understated wealth, Future decided subtle just wasn't his vibe. His Bentley Continental GT? Fully chromed out. A mirror finish wrap turned a classic British Grand Tourer into a rolling spotlight. At night, it looked like a spaceship. By day, it was impossible to ignore. It matched Future's larger-than-life persona perfectly. Underneath all that shine, the GT packs a 6-liter W12 engine, pushing 552 horsepower and over 479 pound-feet of torque. Despite the plush interior and smooth ride, this thing rips 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Bentley spent over $300 million developing the original GT platform, and it shows. From the diamond-stitched seats to the handcrafted dashboard, everything screams luxury, just with a little more flash. Future's Chrome GT cost around 250 grand, but the wrap alone cost thousands more. This wasn't just about driving, it was a statement, a reflection of who he was at the time. Flashy, untouchable, and ahead of the curve. Ever think you'd go all chrome on a Bentley? Or is that doing too much? Gucci Mane doesn't do subtle. His Ferrari 812 Superfast proves it. This thing is raw energy, a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 with 789 horsepower and a screaming red line at 8,900 RPM. It's the most powerful front-engine Ferrari ever made. Gucci's version? Custom painted in a blinding white with massive black wheels, tinted lights, and red brake calipers. It's loud before you even start it. Ferrari's engineers actually had to rework the entire chassis just to keep this much power grounded. Rear-wheel drive with rear-wheel steering, active aero, and a dual-clutch transmission that shifts in 100 milliseconds. That's video game fast. But for Gucci, it's not just about performance, it's about presence. He's been seen stepping out of this thing at shows, shoots, and even cruising Atlanta streets like it's just another Tuesday. It's flashy, but in a refined way. Less rainbow wrap, more surgical drip. Inside, it's all about the driver. Carbon fiber everything, race seats, and Ferrari's signature Monotino dial on the steering wheel that lets you switch from chill to race mode with a click. The name Superfast actually dates back to the 1960s. Ferrari revived it just for this car. Price tag? Around 400 grand, and that's before Gucci's customizations. Would you go for something as hardcore as this, or stick to something more chill and understated? Tyler the Creator isn't chasing speed records or chrome wraps. He's chasing soul. His pick? A Lancia Delta Integrale, a compact boxy hatchback that looks more rally pit than red carpet. But this isn't just any old Euro import. The Integrale is a motorsport legend. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, this thing dominated World Rally Championships, winning 6 straight titles. It was fast, agile, and nearly unbeatable on dirt, snow, or tarmac. It's got history. Tyler's version stays true to its roots. No flashy colors, no over-the-top mods, just a clean body, classic wheels, and that signature upright stance that says I'm here to drive. It's the kind of car you buy because you know what it is, not because you want people staring at a logo. Under the hood, you've got a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 with all-wheel drive, basically the recipe for rally success. And the sound? It growls with that unmistakable 90s turbo whine. Tyler's been spotted cruising it through LA, windows down, likely blasting old-school soul or some unreleased beat. What makes this one stand out is how personal it feels. It's not loud, it's not trying to prove anything, it's just cool. And that's exactly Tyler's vibe. Value-wise, clean examples of the Lancia Delta Integrale now fetch around 95 grand, especially the Evo models like his. No flashing lights or revving engines needed when T-Pain rolls up in his Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead coupe. the car does all the talking. This isn't your typical Rolls. It's a convertible version with massive suicide doors, a yacht-style teak deck in the rear, and proportions that make it feel more like a Land Cruiser than a car. T-Pain's model is finished in icy white with a two-tone hood and custom wheels. It's luxury turned up to 11. Under the hood, there's a 6.75-liter V12, silent but powerful, built more for gliding than gunning it. But that's the point. This car isn't about speed, it's about making an entrance. The Drophead Coupe was one of the most expensive convertibles in the world when it launched, clocking in at over 525 grand. Inside, full leather, real wood trim, Starlight headliner, and Rolls-Royce umbrellas hidden in the doors. Even the Spirit of Ecstasy can be retracted with a push of a button to keep it safe from theft, or more likely, haters. T-Pain's car perfectly matches his vibe. Flashy, unique, and unapologetically smooth. It's not trying to be the fastest. It's just trying to be unforgettable. So would you go for this kind of over-the-top luxury, or something more low-key but quick? Rappers are turning cars into statements, so which one blew your mind? Hit that like button, drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild collections every week.